Hi folks, in this video I'm going to explain how this thing called the wheel play works. There's a fantastic huck, a little longer than any of us can throw, but that's a play that we would like to do in our games. This is what the play looks like. We're going to number the players, so each one of these shapes is one of our players. 1, 2, 3, 4, the numbering stands for the order in which they're going to get the disc as long as the play doesn't break down. So this is a play that you can run off of the pole. So the disc got thrown from the other team at this end zone and it comes down to here. We're going up the screen. And 1 is the number for the person who's going to pick up the pole. Like let's say the pole lands here. What they're going to do is they're going to throw it to 2. And 2 always wants to be somewhere in the center of the field. So if the pole came down over here, 2 would be in the same position. 1 is centering the disc up to 2. Now, what happens after 2 gets the Frisbee then? This is when the play really gets going. After 2 has it, 3 is the next person because we're just going to go in numerical order. Notice the people down here, this is called the stack. When all of the cutters on the team are lined up together in a clump, that's what we refer to as the stack. So we're going to cut off the back of the stack. This is the people on the furthest down the field. Also notice our stack is not in the middle of the field. So the wheel play is run by all the stack being way over to one sideline. What is the purpose of that? Because look at this dotted line. This entire space is what we've cleared for 3. So 3's defender, imagine if you're trying to defend this person. You seemingly have to be in all of this space at once. It's impossible to defend this much space. That's what's the purpose of running all these folks over here. So 3 is going to cut in a certain way that their defender just cannot possibly defend. The first look we're going to always do is look deep, just like you saw in one of those videos. If they're going to just let us cut deep and give us an open huck toward the end zone, then we're going to take it. So that's generally the first look. Now, if they're covering that, we're just going to take what they give us. So if the defense is on the deep cut, maybe they've seen that we like to huck it deep already, that's no problem. We're just going to cut in. Notice none of these other people are over here clogging the space in front of the disc. So if this person is not open deep, they're definitely going to be open under. And 2's goal is just to put the disc up to number 3. Okay, so these arrows, this just refers to how the pass goes. Now, what happens after 3 just got the disc from this in cut? Well, everybody else, the stack just trots up the sideline. We don't want them to get crazy and everybody start running toward the disc or running to the middle of the field. They run up the sideline like this. 2 is going to resume the place where 1 was before, and that provides a dump in case the stall count gets really high. And then 1, the previous dump, is just going to trot here and join the rest of the stack. And we're just going to keep going around and around in this motion. Everybody, number 4 next, they're going to be up here and they're going to make this cut to the top. And if they're guarded out there, then they're just going to cut in. And it creates this circular motion. So you can see why this thing is called the wheel play. Here's the person with the disc. This person is, in a sense, number 1. They're acting as the dump, or they're the one that's just centered the disc to that person. So then the wheel is coming like this. They're running the wheel. This is sort of a counterclockwise wheel. So this person, this is number 3. This person is coming in for the disc already. So let me just hit the play button here. So that person came in for the disc. Notice their defender is just trotting behind them. So we're just going to take this easy 20-yard pass if the defenders are behind us. Notice the rest of the people here. This person here is getting in the stack. These people are floating up the center. When we run this off a pole, this stack will be farther over here as well, but they're doing this in the middle of the action, so that's why they're not as far over. But look at where all these people are facing. They're facing out. Look at this person. He's cutting out, and then he's going to cut in the cutting lane over here. These people are not swirling in front of the disc. This person is facing in because they're going to get behind in the back of the wheel and just keep going. So let's see how it proceeds. Notice this person, this is number 4 now. He was looking deep. We just saw a minute ago he was facing out, but his defender was last back and guarding the deep puck, which is a smart thing. So what is this person going to do? Just going to take the free 20-yard pass, and he's going to make the in cut. Let's see one more example. So this actually is straight from a pole, so you can see this is the true wheel. This is exactly what we're going to do. This is the person, this pole was really deep in the end zone. This person, you can't walk it out of the end zone. This person picked it up and they're centering it. So there's number 1, there's number 2. No, actually 3 is this person. You can tell he's already cutting. So this is the person who's numbered 3. Just because of how this person's already out in position. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So this is our other handler who's just trotting at the back of the stack. Notice this guy. This is the person who's already streaking for the first cut. And look at all the space they create. They're stacked up on that side of the field. There's this huge space over here. It's simply impossible to shut down all of that space. So what is that person doing? Whoa, this person is doing a fantastic outcut. If they're shut down, he's going to plant and come in here and get all of this underspace. But look, the defense is out of position. The defense, even the pros make mistakes. That person should not be like that. So what do? This is always our first look. We're just going to jack it deep. And this person is extremely fast and has several steps on the other person. So there's the first look. That, in a nutshell, is what we want to be doing too. All right, here's the person receiving the disc. So that's the person called number 1. Notice what all the people over here, the stack is all going to the side of the field. So here number 2 gets the disc. So and notice, look, we're going upfield and centering it. How far do we want to go upfield? As far as we can before this defender comes on. So if you tried to get it up here, the defender would have been there and would have gotten the D. So you have to be aware of how far and centering it as fast as you can. Notice these folks in the stack over here. They're not running or doing anything. They're getting out of the way from their players who are live. Here we see the cutter. So here's cutter number 1. Notice he made the away cut. His defender was being smart and guarding deep. So what did he do? He just turns in and is going to get some more yards. Look at the next. So that was number 3. Here's number 4 getting ready. Look, 5, 6, 7. They're all getting ready. And notice all of them. Look how far over to the sideline he is. This is a true side stack. They are really clearing space for the rest of their teammates. So what happened in that cut? Again, you could tell he went deep. The defender was way out there guarding deep on him. So all he did was come in for this big gain. It's lots of yards still, but he's wide open for that play. Okay, and here's again, notice this person is guarding deep again. All they're doing is they're taking what they're getting, these easy cuts flowing right up the sideline like that. Again, you can see them stacking very fast. Everybody's getting out of the way over to the side of the field here. That's the person who's called to take the pull. So that's person number 1. Here's the person who's number 2, taking the disc center. So we want to get it off that sideline, get it out into the middle where we have some space. All right. Now here comes the cutter in the lane. As soon as they get it, they're looking upfield. And if there's a person open deep, we're just going to send the disc just like this. So notice how this person got out of position. The defender was in front of them. They had the open deep look. So the USA team just hucked the disc like that. That's what we're going to be doing too. All right. The things that I want to talk about are some things that we see in that video. One of them is continuation. So notice the whole team is working at together and moving at the same time. So when the first cut, number 3, starts with this yellow line, everybody else is slowly trotting and getting over here into the stack. But as soon as they cut in, then number 4 needs to be making their continuation cut. They start cutting out here into the lane. Because if they wait until this cut is totally done and maybe it's not going to work out, there's not going to be enough time yet for them to make their cut. So 4 needs to start their cut as soon as this cut's in. And that's how everybody keeps working as a team. And when 4 cuts up that way, 5 and 6 and everybody else is moving up the sideline. Another thing to think about, and you can see it in those videos, is how to vary your speed. So when you're making your original cut, you're probably going 75%. And then when you cut in to get the disc, you're going 100% or 90%. You're going really hard into the Frisbee. Now, when number 4 starts their cut, you don't want to just start out at 100%. They're probably starting 50%. And then once the disc goes up to this person, then they're live, they're in the main cut, so then they're going 75%. And again, the people in the stack are varying their speeds. Like, they might be trotting up the field at 25% of their speed, but as soon as they're on deck, this is the person who's going to be cutting next, then they need to be going 50% to start getting warmed up. So let me give you an example of how you can see this in one of the videos. Okay, so the thing I want you to pay attention to is how do they vary their cutting speed. So notice at this point, everybody's just sort of jogging. They're stacking. They're going like 0 to 25%. But look at this person. Oh, you couldn't see the original person. This is the person who's already going 75%. And notice now that he's coming in, now this person is actually increasing their speed. Did you see him take off there? So once this person receives the disc and looks upfield, the next person then kicks it into gear and is going like 75% in order to make their cut valuable. Once the disc goes up, now here they're 100%, or they're running as hard as they need to in order to track that disc down. So if you watch these players carefully, they really do vary their speed a lot.